In the mornings, I love to take walks along the water. It's just a nice, beautiful time to get some fresh air, get the blood flowing, and just enjoy the whole scenery of the sunrise along the water. Getting up early in the morning was instilled in me from my time in the military. I served in the military for 10 years. In 2008, I was leaving Maryland, Fort Meade, Maryland, to move to a new duty station in Germany. But before I could go, I had to first go to training for my communications position. It was a fairly small group, about 7 or 8 of us, so we got really close really fast. We all decided to go out to a bar one evening that was in walking distance from the hotels where we lived at the time. We were all having a good time, just as we always did. Then as the night started to wind down, I encountered someone new. I didn't know this person prior to this moment. He said he was a sergeant first class in the military and that he was also at Fort Huachuca for training. My friend and I, we decided we were ready to leave. As we walked outside the bar, there was a black SUV pulled up to us. I didn't know who it was, but once they rolled down the window, I could see that it was the guy who had been talking to me in the bar, and there was another guy in there with him. They asked us if we wanted a ride. I was a bit hesitant, but she decided to get in, and I figured, okay, she knows them, she feels safe with them, so I'll get in too. All of us went up to my hotel room, so it was 4 of us, and when I got in the room, I immediately went into the bathroom. And after I came out of the bathroom, the guy who had been in my face throughout the night, he was standing right there at the door. And he continued to grope me again and touch me very inappropriately, very vulgarly. And I finally mustered up the nerve to say, "You need to leave." He got so angry and he began to use very vulgar language with me. He took me by my shirt and pushed me up against the wall, and he's practically holding me off of my feet. And he's shaking me and he's like, "What are you saying? You know you wanted it. You're doing this to me and you're trying to lead me on. I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you." And he's in this rage. It felt like time just slowed down. Nothing made sense in that moment, honestly. It's like the room is spinning and I can hear the other people in the room saying, "Stop, stop, put her down, let her go." Eventually he let me go, he put me down. But as he and the other guy walked out of the room, he looked back at me and he told me he was gonna come back and kill me. Honestly, I felt that I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna die that night. The only thing on my mind was getting out of that hotel because he said he was gonna come back and kill me. So I felt I was safe at that point. This is someone I've been spending time with, had some level of comfort with, so I was really relieved to be able to leave with him at that point. And little did I know that also was not the case. When we got to his hotel, he told me that I could sleep in the bed, and I took it to mean that I would sleep in the bed and he would sleep on the couch. Well, I laid in the bed for a little bit and eventually he also came and got in the bed with me. And I immediately got nervous. Well, he ended up reaching over, started going under my clothes, started touching me inappropriately. I was begging, "Please, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have sex with you." He said, "No, I'm not gonna stop." And I just braced myself. I just went numb and braced myself. And it is like I'm watching myself go through this in order to try to not feel it. It broke my heart. It made me feel like, what could be so horrible about me, and what could I have done to myself to deserve all this at one time? Eventually, morning came and we got up and he took me back to my hotel room in silence. We never said a word. I went and got ready for class, and that was that. they said I have a few different choices, that I could either choose to file a report and have an investigation done, where I would have to stay there until the court proceedings and everything was complete, which could involve a lot of questioning, a lot of stress, a lot of ridicule. Or you could finish the class in the next week and a half and go to your next duty station in Germany. Which one would you prefer? And sure enough, I just wanted to leave. So I left and went to Germany and never said another word about it. But the thoughts always haunted me, and I would have nightmares, I would have flashbacks. So for a long time, I was just trying to push through by myself. I wasn't making enough money to pay bills barely as it was. I was completely lost. And I was about to be facing eviction. I received the notice from the landlord, and now I was literally about to be out on the streets. I learned about the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay through the VA website. I called 211 and I had a conversation with a gentleman who offered a callback from a veteran with the Crisis Center who could possibly offer me other resources and assistance. And I got a call back from a gentleman by the name of Manny. And when, sorry. I'm sorry. Manny is my brother. Manny does mean a lot to me. It was so great that he was a veteran, and so I was able to talk about my military experience with him. He understood, but he was also ready to give me help and resources. With the help of the Crisis Center, I learned that the sexual assault was not my fault. I learned that I was not to blame for the decisions that those guys made that night. So that I too could help veterans. Veterans like myself who did the best they could to serve their country with honor, and then we're trying to figure out how to be a civilian. People who haven't walked that walk don't understand the transition, and although your heart may be to help them, you just may not know how. Without the Crisis Center, I would be possibly on the streets. I probably would have given up. The Crisis Center is a safe haven. It's a beautiful place filled with phenomenal people who want to be a safe place for you to go and work through that crisis. My name is Nikita Wilson. I am victorious. I am full of joy, and I am a source of love and help for myself and for others.